Alright guys, what's going on with all of you? Back again with me in my YouTube channel, Joan Sagala, in the bodybuilding podcast session. Not only the bodybuilding podcast session, but in the X Joan Sagala session today. Today I wanna talking a little bit with all of you about how we can build the legendary back. Like a Dorian Yates, like a Ronnie Coleman, like a Joel Stubbs, maybe some kind of like the bodybuilder we're looking for, and how we can get the back like them. Okay, the definition back, the detailed super wide back. But overall, this is just my tips for all of you for your next training back workout. So hopefully you can enjoy the video, and hopefully this video can bring the benefit and value for all of you. So don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe if you want to know more the knowledge, the education, and everything about in the bodybuilding world, the news and everything in the bodybuilding world. Let's get started, guys. Okay, before I tell you what kind of like the exercise, maybe what the need exercise and the most exercise you have to doing at least for building your back on your physics, on your body. Okay, but before I tell what the kind of like the type of exercise is, there is no way you can get the back like Dorian Yates, like Ronnie Coleman, Joel Stubbs, or maybe the best bodybuilder who actively competitors out there who really have development back. It have to be comes to the genetics. It have to be comes to maybe the, of course, the training hard, the proper nutrition, but the number one is the genetics. That's the most important, guys. If you're kind of like genetic, we can say it's not good, well, you can make it better with your training and with your diet, with your rest, recovery, and everything. Okay, but overall the genetics is the most important when it comes to bodybuilding, guys. Okay, I'm gonna jump up into it. What the exercise you have to doing, at least the most important exercise when it comes to building the development back. Okay, I'm gonna make it the part of the part. Okay, the first part is for rowing movement. Okay, rowing movement is for detail like a back development, the thickness. Okay, there is part one, and the part two is for the wide back, super wide, like a V taper when it comes to training your back. Okay, of course the super wide you have to focusing more on your lats. We go into the first part. Okay, the thickness for the detail, the rowing movement. The rowing movement, the first, I think, for the most important when it comes to development back is, I think we can say the deadlift. Okay, but deadlift is, I don't know, deadlift is a really rowing type movement, or maybe the pull movement, because that's the compound exercise really working overall development back, I think. But I'm gonna make it and throw this as a rowing movement. That's the first most important exercise, at least you can and you have to do it for your next back training session. Deadlift. Okay, I think deadlift, you can see the different the people who doing deadlift or not, it's from the mid back. Okay, people who doing the deadlift gonna have the really develop the mid back. Okay, the thick mid back, it's kind of like develop if you really make it the deadlift as your routine exercise in your back training session. The deadlift is really have so much variation. You can doing on the floor, okay, but you can doing also like Dorian Yates type.
Why is it nasty? Come on. Good. That's the way.
like a deficit deadlift or quarter deadlift, we can call it, okay, we can say. But for me, I think when it comes to the back training, I'm the most routine type of the variation deadlift that I do is kind of like Dorian Yates type, the deficit deadlift or maybe the quarter half range of motion deadlift. That's what I'm looking for, and at least I try to make it the routine exercise when it comes to my back training program routine. Okay, so the second movement for the rowing, okay, for the thickness is the bend of row. You can doing this for the dumbbell, with the dumbbell and with the barbell. I would love to doing this with the barbell row, okay, because I feel it more. I feel when it comes I using the dumbbell, I'm also feel my upper back contraction, but at the same time I feel like my lats, okay, because the range or maybe the movement with the dumbbell, it's not the same with the barbell, because if you're doing the barbell, it's kind of like the straight pronated grip, but when it comes to the dumbbell, you can using a little bit some kind of like half pronated and half neutral, and not only upper back gonna be taking work, but the lats it's gonna be taking work also. Well, what I'm suggestion, doing both, okay, doing both, that's the great movement exercise, okay, doing both if you can and have enough energy when it comes to your training time for your back. And the third movement for rowing movement, okay, the third exercise is the chest supported row. Chest supported row, I think it's good for the detail, for the contraction, for the, yeah, maybe some kind of like edited exercise, what I call, okay, what I think, because you can playing and you can use this exercise with the high reps, maybe with the low reps if you want to, when it comes to the hypertrophy training. And of course, chest supported row, it's allow you to make it the strict movement, okay. What I suggest is, if you really cannot keep your chest on the pad, on the supported, that's not really a problem if you're really leaning back because the weight is heavy. Of course, if you can maintaining the straight with the chest straight and with the chest high in the straight position, that's good. But if you just connect the leaning back because the weight is heavy, I think it's not a big deal, okay. If you still feel it your back contraction, I think that's not a problem. So we move on to the movement of the pulling, okay, the pulling movement, okay. This is the kind of like movement to improve your wide back, for make it your back is looking more wide, okay. Look at the Dorian Yates back, and that's really wide and thickness also, because he is the legendary bodybuilder, of course. What I think first movement for the pulling movement is lat pull down. I think lat pull down, what I think is, I'm gonna suggesting more with the closer and neutral grip, you know, kind of like the handlebar with the neutral grip. I think why not pronated? Because pronated is also make it the contraction with your lats, but I think what I feel, okay, it's different from the person to person, I'm sure, okay, you have to find what works for you. But for me, when it comes to the pronated grip in the pull down, I feel it more on my upper back also and the upper lats, little bit contraction on my lower lats. But what I think when it comes to the closer, okay, with the handle grip in the lat pull down, I feel it my mid back also, my upper lats and my lower lats, which is the goal is to build my wide and to hit the lower lats also, because the mid of the lats, it's I think the lower lat itself, and that's the goal what I want to hit in my back training program. And I feel it, this is kind of like the needed exercise, because not only me who thinking like this. If you see like Flex Lewis, they always train with the closer pronated when it comes to the start his training. I never see he's doing the pronated grip. Well, it's not the wrong exercise. There is no right answer. There is no right or wrong exercise, okay? But if you're asking me, I'm gonna doing closer handle grip bar. So the second movement when it comes to the pulling is, I think, dumbbell pull over. Okay, dumbbell pull over is really one of the most important for me, and I'm really doing this maybe from this year because I'm never trying this exercise. I'm never using this exercise when I start first time doing gym. Okay, because I don't even know what this exercise is, but I'm looking more and more. I'm learning more and more. I think dumbbell pullover is one of the needed exercise for me because I can still open my rib cage, and at the same time I can still train my core and my upper lats also. It's getting massive contraction. I think dumbbell pullover is one of the best movement, and I think little bit making the lower lats it's getting work also. But for the rib cage, for the core, for the upper lats, I think double pullover is one of the great exercise, and I feel it massive contraction. So the third exercise when it comes to the pulling, okay, I think pull ups or chin ups, that's the best exercise for me. If you have enough energy, doing both pull ups, chin ups with pronated grip, neutral grip, reverse grip, doing everything what happened the variation. Okay, I think this is the good exercise for you and for me also, for us, when it comes to the back training. I think this is one of the needed exercise, and I'm feel like I'm really have improvement on my back when I'm doing the pull-ups. Okay, you can doing with any weight with using the belt and throw your weight plates maybe if you have energy and if you're strong enough. But I'm not strong, I'm just kind of like doing my body weight and with the variation handle grip. Okay, so that's my things, guys. That's my tips for all of you when it comes to the back training, and hopefully this video can bring benefit and adding your knowledge for when it comes to the next your back training workout in the gym. So thank you so much guys for watching. If you want to get more another videos of the bodybuilding podcast, or maybe bodybuilding news, or maybe X Joan Sagala, you can follow along and you can support me with the click the bell button, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna happy and love to bring more, invite you to learning more and more, and what we can get benefit in the bodybuilding world. So thank you so much guys for watching. I'm your host Joan Sagala signing out. May God bless you all.